And then so those teams have to win 3 games to make it to the state tournament. Everybody else has to win 2. And, it's, we were talking earlier, we could be headed to Holton, we could be headed to Tonganoxie for the boys' games.
Exactly.
Those are some long drives. But that's what happens when they seed everybody like that. And honestly, although it results in some really long road trips, I think it's the most fair way to do it. And I hope Keisha stays with that format going forward.
Yeah, I think it's definitely, it gets you playing teams that, are, for the most part, that you don't normally see.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's 2 different scenarios where we could either go to Independence or host Independence here, depending on if we win or lose or how Independence and Lebec County finish. So there's definitely, a scenario where we could see someone that we played a couple times already. But hopefully we can get a win here and get that 6th seed and then just see what happens.
And one thing we didn't talk about, Tony, with the Lady Vikings getting shut out in that second quarter, I'd have to go back and review the tape later, but I think Fort Scott played man-to-man that entire quarter. If not, it was very close to all 8 minutes. Lady Vikings are going to have to set some really solid screens.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're just going to have to do it because Fort Scott was so aggressive with that defense that nobody was getting any good looks. And so they're going to have to set some, they might have to set, 2 screens just to free up, say, Scheibe or Valentine Florence.
Yeah.
Sometimes one screen isn't enough.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to come out. And I know Coach Scheibe, I'm sure he made some adjustments at halftime. And, but obviously, hopefully that was the only dry spell for the Lady Vikes, because that was a long dry spell. And they're going to have to come out and play a much better brand of basketball in the second half.
Yeah. Well, let's take it back to the station for a 1-minute break, and then we'll come back and get ready to start the second half. So let's do a 1-minute break. You listen to Lady Viking Basketball on V93.
Hi, this is Brian at Bowen Pharmacy, and today I'd like to visit with you about how you take your medications. Did you know that when you miss 2 doses per week, that's 3.5 months out of the year that you missed your medications, and that can have detrimental effects on your health in a long time period. Here at Bowen Pharmacy, we have this great new machine called the Rapid Pack RX. And what this machine does is it takes all your medications, filters it down, and puts in this nice strip right here that you can pull out of this box. And at any time of the day that you need your medication, it's right here ready for you. Whether you take it 1 a day, 2 a day, 5 a day, or 6 times per day, we can make that happen for you. It's all interfaced with our pharmacy system, and when it runs through, it puts all those times down for you. It even prints the medications on the strip. You can take it throughout the day without having to take your bottles with you. It helps you stay compliant, helps you stay healthy, and it's going to give you a long life to live to enjoy. Here at Bowen Pharmacy, we're always thankful that you choose us to be your local provider. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Welcome back. Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium at Parsons High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe. We are ready to play here for the second half of this ladies contest. Lady Vikes trail 17-16. Lady Vikes were led in scoring in the first half by Ellie Valentine Florence. Hit 2 threes for 6 points. Scheibe with 3, Hinman with 4, Hansman with 3. So Hansman with it to start the second half. So here come Hansman. Nice drive to the basket, and Hansman gets it to go. So Louisa Hansman comes out with a layup to start the second half to give the Lady Vikings the lead.
That was interesting, Tony. They cleared out for Louisa and just let her go one-on-one.
Yep. Now Harmony Shaw going back the other way. Puts it up, and she is fouled by Hansman, I believe. So Louisa Hansman picks up her first personal. And now Harmony Shaw will be at the line to try to tie the game here. And she missed the first one.
You know, and stats were pretty even, Tony, even though it was a game of runs. 15 rebounds apiece, 7 turnovers for the Lady Vikes, and 9 for Fort Scott.
And Shaw gets the second one. So we have a tie game, 18-18. Hinman with it. Gets it back out to Hansman. 7:27 to play here, third quarter. And Scheibe looking to drive. Kicks it back out to Hansman. Now Valentine Florence, guarded by Comstock. She's wanting to drive. Kicks it back to Patterson. Now Valentine Florence gets it to Scheibe, guarded by Shaw. And we'll give and go with Valentine Florence. Wow, I thought Ellie got fouled there, but there's no call.
Coach Scheibe wanted the call.
And now Shaw throws it up, and it goes out of bounds. How in the world? She just,
I didn't
it
see
was
anybody
never blocked.
Yeah, I never saw anybody touch it, but no argument from the Lady Viking bench, so maybe we missed something.
Wow. So 18-18 score, 6:57 to play, third quarter. Murphy with it. Comstock gets blocked by Scheibe. Now Hinman blocks Shaw. And now Hansman going the other way. Couple of blocked shots there. So Hansman thought about driving. Now Scheibe's going to drive with a little floater and gets it to go. Sydney Scheibe gets her 5th point. And Lady Vikes back up by 2, 20-18, 6:29 to play, third quarter. Now Abby Altick gets it to Yerrick all the way across the Comstock. Now Keegan Yerrick gets it back to Comstock. Thought about a 3. She does shoot a 3. It's short. Valentine Florence got the rebound. Now she's wanting to go quickly the other way. And she put up a weird shot, and I don't know how they didn't call a foul on Yerrick there. She smacked Anaya Hinman straight across the face. Now Valentine Florence with a steal, and she's going to go in for the layup, and it's good. Eliana Valentine Florence with 8 points now to lead all scores.
Continues to be a game of runs, Tony.
22-18, Lady Vikes lead by 4. And now Murphy, guarded by Hansman, forces it up and no call. And I don't know how is there not a foul there? They call a jump ball. Wow, Scott.
I don't know, Tony.
I don't understand it. I mean, if 2 girls are reaching from the other team, one of them's, there's no way they could all have their hands on the ball. Now Brown runs it down the backcourt. Gets it to Altick all the way across the Comstock. Now Keegan Yerrick trying to go to work on Patterson, but she gets it off. Now Yerrick with it. Brown wide open, missed it. Valentine Florence now with a bunch of good rebounds.
Yeah, they're rebounding well.
And Valentine Florence going the other way. Gets it to Hansman. Hansman's going to back it out and take some time. Lady Vikes a 4-point lead, and Hansman going to try to penetrate and then kicked it out. Lady Vikes trying to do a lot of quick passes to get some separation. Now Valentine Florence takes it straight to the rack, misses it, and I don't know how they're not calling these fouls on Hinman. Wow. Valentine Florence with an unbelievable steal. And now Hansman has it going the other way. I don't know how she stole that. Now Valentine Florence is
yeah, she needs a rest.
She's begging for a rest. Now Hansman's going to go to the rack, and she is fouled. Keegan Yerrick fouled Hansman. And that's only her first.
Valentine Florence has been all over the court in here in the third quarter, Tony. She has played outstanding basketball.
She's just trying to catch her breath, Scott. And now Hansman knocks down the first free throw. So Lady Vikes lead by 5. And Ashka Patel checks in for Valentine Florence. Now Hansman will have a shot at one more free throw. And it's good. So Louisa Hansman knocks down much needed free throws there for the Lady Vikes. Lady Vikes lead 24-18, 4:19 to play, third quarter. So Brown has it. Gets it to Comstock. Down low to Altick. Now another turnover, and Lady Vikes are getting a bunch of turnovers here in the third quarter. Now Hansman. She's wanting to take it, but now Patel has it. Now Hansman guarded by Yerrick. Now Hinman for a long three. It's an air ball. And off of Patel and out of bounds. That's definitely not the shot they want. I would have liked to seen Hinman try to take that straight to the basket there. And we got a timeout on the floor. So Lady Vikes lead 24-18, 3:38 to play in third quarter. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Lady Viking basketball on V93.
It's been said that to have a great team, you have to perform at a consistently higher level than others. Here at Wood Doolahary Insurance, we feel that holds true for us as well.
Whether home, auto, farm, or business, our team stands ready to help you find the right coverage at the right price.
Ready? Break! Put the Wood Doolahary team to work for you, serving the entire four-state area.
Proud partner of Auto Owners Insurance.
Karen back in the KLKC studio, passing us through. Valentine Florence checking back in, Scott.
You know, Tony, she uses about as much energy as anybody I've ever seen out on the basketball court. So that was a well-deserved break.
8 points here in the third quarter after going 0 points in the second quarter for Lady Vikes. So much better here in the third. Lady Vikes lead by 6. Another turnover. Harmony Shaw couldn't handle it. Now Hansman with it, bringing it back up the court for the Lady Vikings. So Lady Vikings with the ball, 6-point lead, 3:15 to play third quarter. So Valentine Florence wanting to take some time. Brown's coming out to guard her. And now Brown's being really aggressive. And now Scheibe, guarded by Harmony Shaw. Scheibe with a nice spin move, kicks it back to Valentine Florence. And Hinman is just getting hounded by Murphy. And now Patel underneath, missed the shot. Nice rebound by Hinman. I'd like to see her just take that straight up.
But that's got to be a foul.
Wow. So you can see so much frustration on Jessie Comstock there. She just shoved Hinman. There's no way they couldn't call a foul on that one. So Nia Hinman will go to the line to shoot 2. Hinman missed the first one. Abby Altick will check back in for Fort Scott. Brianna Patterson checking back in for the Lady Vikes. And Hinman will have one more to try to give the Lady Vikes a 7-point lead. And it's no good. So still a 6-point lead. They're going to call a jump ball, and that's going to be Lady Viking basketball. So just like down there whenever we should have had the ball, and they call a jump ball, same thing here, Scott. We got lucky there. So now Valentine Florence inbounds it. Now Hansman has it, and Hansman's looking to shoot. And she missed it. If she would have followed that up, well, she ended up with the rebound. I think she would have initially followed up. She would have had it. Valentine Florence for a guarded three, and she knocks it down. So Eliana, double digits now, 11 points. 2:25 to play. A 9-point lead, the biggest lead of the night for Lady Vikes. And now Brown for a three, off the mark. And now a fight for the rebound. And they're going to call another jump ball. Man, it can't be a jump ball every time.
Yeah. But if I'm doing the math right, Tony, 11-1 run for the Lady Vikes.
Yeah, they've only scored 1 point in the second half. And now Altick for a three, and it's no good. And here comes Patterson for the Lady Vikes.
They continue to rebound well.
Yep, now at the 2-minute mark of the third quarter, after Lady Vikes were held to 0 in the second. The Lady Vikes have pretty much shut out Fort Scott in the third. Held them to 1 point.
That was a nice block by Fort Scott, but they were riding Scheibe the whole way to the goal, and they let it go.
Yep. And here comes Brianna Patterson. We've had at least 5 or 6 shots like that tonight that they're just throwing them up instead of shooting them. And now Keegan Yerrick for a 3, and it's off the mark. Now Patterson with a nice rebound. And man, so aggressive on the Fort Scott side of the ball. I'm not so sure that was a foul, Scott, but Fort Scott has been so aggressive.
Yeah, they have.
They've been all over Hinman. So now Scheibe with it, looking for help. She gets the Patel. Now back to Valentine Florence. 1:35 to play here. Third quarter, 27-18. Valentine Florence gets it to Hinman. Every time Hinman puts it on the floor, it seems like trouble. And here comes Bailey Couch, and then she may have turned it over going the other way. It's going to be another jump ball, and it'll be Lady Viking possession this time. And Coach Steps is just beside himself. He's like, hold on to the ball. So now Valentine Florence with 1:15 to play, third quarter. 9-point Lady Viking lead. 27-18, low scoring game as we near the end of the third quarter. Here comes Patel with it. Gets it to Patterson. Patterson's wanting to drive. Almost has a layup. Now Altic gets the rebound. Now Brown has it going the other way with 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Harmony Shaw gets it down low to Murphy. Back out to Shaw. Shaw's wanting to drive. Kicks it out to now Couch. Now Brown for a 3, and she knocks it down. So Allie Brown hits her second 3 to get the first basket of the second half for the Lady Tigers.
Boy, that's got to be a foul, Tony.
Yep, and Allie Brown picks up her first personal. I'm not sure why they're fouling, but
they've been extremely aggressive and only called for 4 fouls. So
yeah.
Lady Vikes only with 1.
So Valentine Florence with it. Gets it to Hansman. 16 seconds left to go in the quarter. 27-21. Lady Vikes lead by 6. Now down to 8 seconds. Hansman almost a push-off there. Hansman throws up a left-handed shot. No good.
Travel. That was a turnover, and they didn't catch it in time.
No. So the Lady Vikes had a big third quarter. I only say a big. Scored 11 points, and they gained 8 on them. So Lady Vikes lead 27-21 and heading to the fourth quarter. Scott, we'll just keep it here. I mean, it's almost flat how much contact they're letting go.
Yeah, it is, and I don't know. I hope they're consistent with that the rest of the way, because that's what the players are used to now. And I mean, and these runs that these teams are doing are just unbelievable. The Lady Vikes have a couple of runs that came to a 27-3 advantage, but Fort Scott a couple of runs that came to a 15-0 advantage.
Yeah.
So, Lady Vikes up by 6, but Fort Scott has the ball start the fourth quarter, so Lady Vikes can't afford to have any. Well, they certainly can't afford to go scoreless like they did in the second quarter.
If they go scoreless in this quarter, then they don't deserve to win.
Right.
So 27-21. I feel like if the Lady Vikes can get up to 50, if they can somehow score 20, I mean, that's a lot, but if they can just play good defense like they've been playing the second half, they'll be fine. Now Brown for 3. No good. And it is off of Fort Scott. Lady Vikings will get the ball. So kind of cold shooting, really, both sides.
Yeah, it is.
Just kind of an ugly game. And Louisa Hansman with the ball. She's guarded by Harmony Shaw, and she's going to the rack. Just so much contact and And it's going to stay with the Lady Vikings on that. I just can't believe how much contact they're letting go.
Yeah, she got pushed just like Scheibe did earlier.
But Hansman just seems like instead of shooting it, she's like throwing it.
Yep.
And she's done that about 3 times. It's now Hinman in the paint, and it's no good. So, Anaya Hinman only 4 points tonight. And now Altig off the mark, but a rebound by Fort Scott, but another miss, but another offensive rebound. Now Shaw with it. She bumps Hinman and misses the shot. Wow. Down to 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Now Valentine Florence with it. She's going to take it back out. Lady Vikes really don't have to force anything. Down to 6:49. Valentine Florence had the seam there. Thought she was going to try to take it all the way to the basket. And now I didn't even think she was even breathing on her. And she called a foul on Altig for a 3rd foul.
Well,
that's unbelievable. There's barely a bump. But we've seen a few of those too, so.
yeah, we have.
So now Hansman with it. Having trouble getting it in. Oh, Scheibe called a timeout. Wow.
That was close.
30-second timeout. I think he was afraid they were getting ready to blow the whistle on it.
Yeah, that was close to a 5-second call.
I don't understand why Valentine Florence just doesn't run to the backcourt anyway and just throw it to the backcourt, because she's fast enough and good enough that she can bring it back up the court against anybody.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, you would think that would be your outlet no matter what. So now got 6:43 to play in the ball game. 27-21. That's what was scored at the end of the 3rd quarter. So Lady Vikes lead by 6.
Held the Lady Tigers to 4 in the second half?
And the 3 was in the last 30 seconds of the 3rd quarter. So now Hansman, and they're going to count it. Louisa Hansman hits the basket, and she's going to go to the line for the old-fashioned 3.
Coach Steps, along with the Fort Scott broadcasters, not happy with that call. I think it probably was on the floor. Lady Vikes probably caught a break on that one.
So Hansman misses the free throw. Murphy with the rebound. I would like to see Scheibe try to fight for that, because Murphy just sat there and held the ball after she rebounded it. So Lady Vikes, the 8-point lead 29-21, 6:27 to go. Comstock with it. Now back up top, Comstock, and throws it away. Lady Vikes get another turnover. So now Oscar Patel's going to check back in. Looks like she's checking in for Valentine Florence.
(24-24), Tony, on rebound, so the Lady Vikes are holding their own.
Wow, that's good. And that's what they said they've been working on, some rebounds. So here's Hansman trying to go to the hoop again, and she does it again. Louisa Hansman is really going to the basket. Hasn't been doing very well at the first half, but the last couple trips has done really well. 31-21, biggest lead, Scott.
Yeah, this is great. I hope they can hang on. Be a big win for the ladies.
Harmony Shaw for 3, way off the mark. And Scheibe goes over and looks like she fouled Comstock, so that's going to be only the 2nd foul of the second half on the Lady Vikings. So it's only her first personal of the game. I've only got the Lady Vikings down for 4 fouls the entire game. Harmony Shaw, missed shot, but that had to have been over the back.
Man, it sure looked like it.
Wow.
It sure looked like it. She had good position, Hinman did. Man, that's tough.
And then they called it out of bounds off Hinman when it looked like Murphy knocked it out of bounds over her back. Now Comstock kicked it. Yerrick with it. Gets it to Shaw. Shaw in the lane. Misses another one. Harmony Shaw has missed a lot of shots in the lane.
She has had a frustrating night, to say the least.
Now Hansman. Hansman's kind of cupping the ball. She better be careful with that.
Coach Scheibe's wanting him to run a little clock, I think. Still 5 minutes to go.
Oh, now Valentine Florence. I don't think that would have been a backcourt anyway because Comstock knocked it back there. Now Comstock's really grabbing Ellie.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a lot of hand checking going on out there, and that's 1-1, Tony.
Yep. So Jessie Comstock picks up her second.
I mean, what, Fort Scott scored 23 in the second quarter up in Fort Scott? Or was it the third quarter?
No, it was the third quarter.
And they only have 21 with 4:55 to go. That's just amazing.
They scored 25.
Man.
Yeah. So Valentine Florence knocks down the first free throw. Yeah, they went from 23 to 48 in the third quarter when we played at Fort Scott. So 32 to 21. Ellie shooting her second free throw off the mark. It's an 11-point Lady Viking lead, 4:53 to play in the ball game. And they throw it away. Valentine Florence, I don't know how she got to that, but Eliana Valentine Florence flew down the court and grabbed the ball and took it in for a layup. The Lady Vikes with a 13-point lead, 34 to 21. And Coach Steps is beside himself. I just think he can believe this right now.
Yeah, this is kind of what Fort Scott did to Parsons in that third quarter. Parsons, am I doing the math right? 18 to 4.
Yep.
Here in the third quarter or in the second half rather.
Yeah, it was 17-16 at halftime.
Yeah.
So yeah, 18 to 4 in the second half.
Man.
Yeah, we held them to 1 point actually 4 points in the third quarter, and they haven't scored in here in the fourth yet.
And if the Lady Vikes had been able to knock down their free throws with a little more frequency, Tony, they'd be looking at a 17-point lead right now.
Yeah, and it looks like the Lady Grizzlies are winning 28-10 halfway through the third quarter against Independence ladies.
Talk about a defensive performance. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a tough game going on down about 11 miles south of us here. So Fort Scott with the ball, down by 13. Lady Vikes, much need of a win here to secure a home sub-state game. And I don't know how there's no fouls, but Sydney Scheibe almost got everything but her hair pulled out.
Yeah, and she gave one of the Fort Scott players, I think it was Bailey Couch, got a little shove in the back because Sydney's had enough of the rough play.
Yeah, she's not very happy. And so now Sydney Scheibe will go to the line for a 1-and-1. And she missed her first two free throws of the game. Hopefully she can knock these down. And the first one is no good. So Scheibe's 0 for 3 from the free throw line. And now Comstock gets it to Yerrick, down to Murphy. Double team and no good. And now another jump ball. Wow, they're getting pretty chippy down there. They're pushing each other around down there right now.
You know, it's about the first time I've seen Sydney go for a loose ball. They've kind of woke her up a little bit, and I wouldn't be surprised if she comes down and knocks down a three on this possession.
Yeah, she's not very happy.
Did we have a technical?
I don't know. Not sure.
Okay, maybe they were confused on the arrow. I think Coach Steps thought Fort Scott should have it.
Fort Scott should have it. I'm almost 90% sure that he's right. And so now Hansman with it. 4:08 to play here in the ball game. 34-41, 13-point lead by the Lady Vikes. Patel with it now. And now Patel gets it to Patterson. Patterson gets it to Hansman.
She shoved her.
Yeah.
Again and again. My goodness, how are they not calling those, Tony?
I don't know.
Because I think that's what Pashawn Steps is wanting. He's wanting to stop the clock. Unbelievable.
Yep, 3:36 to play in the ball game. 34-21. Now Louisa Hansman's going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. Hansman missed the first one. Now Hinman Every time Hinman puts it on the floor, it seems like it gets almost stolen. Now Hansman with it.
Yeah, they can run clock, Tony, if they want.
Hinman in the lane, and she's fouled. And now Altick just bumped Hinman walking through. Man,
they've only lost, 3 games this year, Tony? They're not used. I'm sure this is probably about the most frustrating game/half that Fort Scott's had the entire season.
Now Nia Hinman knocks down the first free throw. Yeah, they're getting pretty chippy, and the crowd above us isn't very happy with all the fouls. They've been calling it both ways. But Hinman missed the second free throw. Now Brown going the other way. And now Yerrick. And Comstock misses it. And Brown thought about a 3. Down to 3:09. Yerrick for 3. No good. Knocked out by Altick. So Lady Vikes will have the ball and a 14-point lead.
Yeah, this is just unbelievable. This is I'm sure the coldest shooting night Fort Scott's had all season. I mean, 4 points in the second half.
Yep.
And hats off to the Lady Vikes. They came out after halftime and took the game right away from Fort Scott, just kind of like Fort Scott did up in Fort Scott.
Yeah. Now Valentine Florence gets it into Hansman.
Oh, don't put the ball there.
And now Hinman has it. Gets it back to Hansman. She needs to get it across, and she does. So 2:52 to play in the ball game. 14-point lead for Lady Vikes. And Jessie Comstock tries to knock it out and she fouls Patel, and Patel will go to the line for 2.
And I know the Fort Scott crowd and coaches are probably a little upset with the foul disparity, but that's just the way it's played out. Fort Scott has been the more aggressive team on defense, and then they got a double-digit deficit, and they had to start fouling to stop the clock. So I don't think that 11-2 foul disparity is that big of a surprise.
No. So Patel knocks down the first free throw, and she will have one more. Hinman's going to come out. So 15-point lead for Lady Vikes, 36-21. And now a 16-point lead, 37-21. 2:39 to go in the ball game. Now Brown almost traveled with it. Now Harmony Shaw gets it across the couch, off the mark, and Harmony Shaw, no, now it's Murphy with it. And Murphy scores it. So Mackenzie Murphy only gets her 4th point of the game. So second foul on Brianna Patterson. So 2:21 to play. Mackenzie Murphy at the line. Lady Vikes with a 14-point lead. And she knocks it down. So Murphy now with 5 points. And a little pressure. Again, Valentine Florence has it, and she's going to bring it up the court. Now Patterson gets it over to Hansman. Hansman with it. Scheibe gets to Patterson, down to 2 minutes to play. Now Patterson gets it back to Hansman. Looked like Hansman could have taken it straight for a layup.
Coach Steps wants him to foul.
Hansman for 3, no good.
Oh, man.
She was.
That's exactly what happened down at the other end, and they wouldn't call the over the back. I think that might have been trying to just even up the number on the scoreboard. I know sometimes officials will do that.
Yep.
But honestly, I don't think Coach Scheibe wanted that shot from Hansman. I think he just wants to keep burning clock.
So down to 1:42. Lady Vikes lead by 13, 37-24. Now Lady Tigers trying to get something going, but Now a foul's called down low. Might be either on Patterson. Yeah, it is on Patterson. So third foul now on Patterson. First free throw is good for Ellie Smith. That is her first point of the game. So now 12-point Lady Viking lead. 1:25 to play in the ball game. Second free throw by Smith is good. So now 37 to 26. Hansman with it, bringing it up the court.
She got bumped.
And now Keegan Yerrick just fouled out. And she's not very happy.
No, she isn't. Lady Vikes have got to start knocking down their free throws now, Tony. That's all they have to do to put this thing to rest.
Yeah, down to 1:17 to play in the ball game. And first one goes for Louisa Hansman. So Hansman now with 12 points. I think this is the most she's scored. 13 points now. That might be her best game of the year, Scott, here on senior night.
Yeah, it's a great night to do it.
39-26, 13-point lead. Harmony Shaw finally gets one to go.
That's what Fort Scott's been looking for all night.
Yeah, that's only her 9th point, Scott.
Yeah, Lady Vikes have bottled her up.
Yeah, we're going to just keep it here. We got a 30-second timeout. I'm guessing either they're going to try to do some fouling or some stealing. 11-point deficit with a minute to go. But up in Fort Scott, they scored 10 points in this amount of time, so it's definitely possible.
Yeah, it's just going to be one of those things where the Vikes have to get the ball in, preferably to Valentine Florence, get the ball into the front court, and then make Fort Scott foul. Lady Vikes are in the double bonus the rest of the way. Fort Scott not even in the 1-and-1 yet, so just have to take care of the basketball.
Yep. So Lady Vikes will inbounds with 1:07 to play in the ball game. And they're throwing it deep to Valentine Florence. It's like a nice quarterback throwing a football pass, and Eliana scores it, and she's fouled on it, so she's going to go to the line for an extra one.
I want to know how many times they've ran that in practice, Tony. That was perfect.
Wow, that was a good throw. Brianna Patterson can play quarterback. So Eliana 16 points now, 16 points on the game. After 24 points on Tuesday, she's got 40 points this week. And a quick foul called. Now Ellie Smith will go to the line to shoot two again. So Lady Vikes with a 41-28 lead. And Ellie Smith at the line with 58 seconds left to play in the ball game. And she knocks it down. She's 3 for 3 from the line. And they've only missed one free throw, Scott.
Yeah, they've shot free throws a lot better than the Lady Vikes.
They're
haven't been up there as much.
They're 5 for 6. They've only shot 6. Now they're 6 for 7 on the game. That's pretty good free throw performance. They just haven't shot very many. Now Sydney Scheibe thought about going in, and she almost got attacked by Patterson. Now Hansman with it, kicks it to Hinman.
Oh, that's got to be intentional.
Wow.
She shoved her with two hands into the back.
How do you not call it intentional there?
I don't understand that. I know they've gotten –
that's terrible.
The rules have kind of changed over the years. It used to be it was very easy to get an intentional foul called, but now it's got almost too much the other way. I mean, you can't just shove somebody in the back and put them in the bleachers and not have it being intentional.
So Nia Hinman at the line, knocks down the first one. You can see the frustration in Fort Scott. I mean, they're Aqua West checks back in on senior night. Going to get the last She started the game. She's going to finish the game. And Hinman knocks down the second one. So down the stretch, the Lady Vikes have knocked down some free throws. Now Ellie Smith with it, guarded by
They have to stop fouling. That's what Coach Scheibe just yelled out at his team.
So Sydney Scheibe picks up her second personal. Ellie Smith at the line and gets it to go. She is 5 for 5 from the free throw line. So I'm guessing she's one you don't want to foul. She hasn't made a field goal, but she's made 5 free throws. Make that 6. So Hansman with it. I was going to say, she's like, I'm trying to foul.
I believe they said the clock didn't start on time, or it started early. So they're going to take some time off the clock, I believe, because it didn't start on time. Yep, they're going to put it down to 35 even.
What about the foul?
Yeah, exactly. I think they blew everything dead before the contact.
So now more time will go off, which is good. Oh, Harmony Shaw now with the steal.
No fouls.
And she misses it. And she just fouled out. So Harmony Shaw will foul out. So now Wonderly will check in for Shaw. Riley Dunley will check in for the Lady Vikes with 27 seconds to play. Valentine Florence will go to the line for 2. Been a pretty ugly game. But there's no pictures in the scorebook, Scott.
That's right.
So Valentine Florence missed the first free throw. And she'll have one more. Second one is good. Valentine Florence with 17 points. And now an air ball by Altick down to 18 seconds. And Riley Dunley gets it to Scheibe. Now Scheibe's fouled by Altick.
And that'll wrap it up, Tony.
Down to 12 seconds. So Sydney Scheibe will go to the line to shoot 2. She is 0 for 3 from the line, though.
That is unusual.
Yeah. And she knocks that one down. It's only her 6th point of the night. Now here comes Calissa Kelly, Olivia Bonar, and Sayla Ray checking in for the Lady Vikes. Yeah, almost had 6 on the court. Olivia Bonar check in for Scheibe. Hopefully she knocks this one down. She doesn't.
Oh, my goodness. Dunley got shoved to the floor.
And no call. Too bad Bonar's not going to get a go in the game. And it's no good, and the ball game is over. So the Lady Vikes are victorious, 45-32, 13-point lead, or 13-point victory here on senior night. So the Lady Vikes will be the 6th seed on Sub-State, and we will find out by 10 a.m. tomorrow morning who they'll play, Scott.
Yeah, we know it.
It'll either be
We
Topeka
just don't
Hayden
know,
or
yeah.
Baldwin.
Yep, got to wait until all the games are completed in case you'll get those brackets set.
But Lady Vikes will be playing here next Tuesday night. So that is the one thing we do know. And at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning is when Keisha has said that they will set the brackets. So Lady Vikes get a 45-33 victory.
45-32.
45-32 victory. And let's take it back to the station for a 2-minute break, and then we'll bring it back to break down this Lady Vike basketball game. You're listening to KLKC V93.
Hi, this is Brian at Bowen Pharmacy, and today I'd like to visit with you about how you take your medications. Did you know that when you miss 2 doses per week, that's 3.5 months out of the year that you missed your medications, and that can have detrimental effects on your health in a long time period. Here at Bowen Pharmacy, we have this great new machine called the Rapid Pack RX, and what this machine does is it takes all your medications, filters it down, and puts in this nice strip right here that you can pull out of this box. And at any time of the day that you need your medication, it's right here ready for you. Whether you take it 1 a day, 2 a day, 5 a day, or 6 times per day, we can make that happen for you. It's all interfaced with our pharmacy system, and when it runs through, it puts all those times down for you. It even prints the medications on the strip, and you can take it throughout the day without having to take your bottles with you. It helps you stay compliant, helps you stay healthy, and it's going to give you a long life to live to enjoy. Here at Bowen Pharmacy, we're always thankful that you choose us to be your local provider. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to labettehealth.com.
Welcome back, Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium, Parsons High School. We're with winning coach Pat Scheibe. Coach Scheibe, how do you feel, buddy?
I tell you what, I'm so proud of these girls. I tell you what, this is one of the best defensive efforts I think I've had out here as a coach at Parsons. I'm telling you, I'm just super proud of the way the girls fought and battled through adversity, never gave up. And, you know, we went scoreless the second quarter in this game, and I tell you what, it was a phenomenal win for the girls and our program in general.
Yeah, we were a little worried after not scoring that second quarter how you're going to talk to them in the locker room. I'm sure that you weren't very happy about that.
You know, we was just glad to still be only down 1, you know, and we talked about that, but we kept talking about how great our defense was at half. And, you know, I tell you what, it was a total team effort. Every one of them girls contributed tonight, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
Yeah, you guys played extremely well. Looking at some of the things from the first meeting, Abby Altick had 17 when we played at Fort Scott. Harmony Shaw had 17. Tonight, Altick has 0, and Shaw only has 9.
You know, and I tell you what, you're talking about one of the best teams in the state right there, what we just played.
Yeah, they're 16-3 coming in here.
Yeah, only had 2 losses, SEK champions. But, you know, I tell you what, all the girls stepped up, and we adjusted nice in the second half. We kind of went on a different offense, kind of spread them out, and we couldn't have executed any better. You know, there was we could have did a little bit better on shooting free throws, but, you know, like I said, I'll tell you what, the girls fought hard, and that's all I could ask.
And, Coach, I know you've talked a lot about rebounding this year. Rebounding was virtually even throughout the entire game. Fort Scott ended up, by my count, with a 32-28 advantage. But I thought your team fought very hard keeping them off the offensive glass.
They did, you know, and that's what we talked about. We had it wrote up on the board. Box out and rebound was going to be the, you know, the difference in the game. And, hey, they stuck to it. They all battled. Great team win. Great going into sub-state.
Yep. Well, Coach, the way we understand it, we will host here Tuesday night. Not sure exactly on a time, but from what it looks like, it'll be either Topeka Hayden or Baldwin. Do you know much about either one of those?
You know, I know Topeka Hayden is very solid, and the Fort Scott coach talked about that before the game. I mean, They have 3 5'10" girls, and they play in a tough league. And I would say they're one of the better teams, out there. So,
Yeah.
you know what? We just wanted to take care of business tonight and let the cards fall where they fall.
Exactly.
And, we feel like if we can play like we did tonight, we can beat anybody in the state.
I agree, and I feel like, especially when we get the threes rolling, we knocked down some early threes in this game. Valentine Florence had 2 in the first quarter, and Sydney had 1, and Louisa had 1. But after that, we really didn't shoot a whole lot from the 3, but it just seemed like Louisa trying to go to the rim,
right.
Was really threw them off, I think.
We spread them out there, and, Fort Scott, every game film I've watched them all year, 100% plays a 2-3 zone. And we force them to do a little bit something different tonight to come out of it and play man against us. So, that's what we've been working on is our man-to-man offense in certain sets. And, the girls executed great.
Yeah, very good win. Scott, you have anything else?
No, just congratulations, Coach. It's a great win for senior night. I know there's not a ton of seniors on the roster, but, man, what a way for the seniors to play what fortunately won't be their last home game official, but because they get a home game for sub-state. But, man, it was just a great performance. So great job, you and the kids.
All right. Hey, thank you both.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, we'll run down the scores really quickly. Valentine Florence, 17 points for the Lady Vikes. Hansman, 13. Hinman, 7. Scheibe, 6. Patel, 2. And then for the Fort Scott Tigers, Harmony Shaw, 9. Yerrick, 6. Smith, 6. Brown, 6. And Mackenzie Murphy, 5. So, like Coach Scheibe said, Scott, tough defense, and that's what won this game for us.
Yeah, and that's how it's going to have to be. That's if you're going to beat a top tier team like Fort Scott, you have to lock them down defensively, and that's what the Lady Vikings did. They just really came out because they didn't score a ton of points themselves. They could have scored more if they had shot their free throws better throughout the game, but once they got out to about an 8 or 9 point lead, it was over. Fort Scott never got closer than that, and so great job by the Lady Vikes. That's a big win.
Yep, Lady Vikes again victorious 45-32 here tonight, and it is senior night, and we still have a boys game, Scott.
That's right. Boys coming up next. I think we'll send it back to the station for about 8 minutes, and so we'll take an 8-minute break, and then we'll come back and talk about our boys contest. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93. welcome back, everybody. We are live at Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium at Parsons High School. A few minutes away from getting going with our varsity boys contest. Lady Vikings with a come-from-behind 45-32 win over a very good Fort Scott team. That was, well, it wasn't the prettiest game the Lady Vikes played all year. It may well be their most impressive victory of the season. I can't think of any other team that they beat this year that racked up 16 wins. So hats off to the Lady Vikes. We'll turn our attention now to the boys contest. Of course, senior night for the Viking boys as well. They'll be starting 5'9" junior Jesse Jones, 6'1" senior Cedric Webb, 6'1" senior Paxton Swanson, Justin Smith also getting the nod, and 6'3" senior Hunter Brownwell. So 4 seniors getting to start on senior night for the Vikes. And starting tonight for Fort Scott, they'll go with 5'8" senior Scott Tomei, 5'11" senior Trent Peck, 6'3" senior Dryden Cossins, 5'11" senior Parker Allen, and 6'2" senior Colin Thomas. And I know it's been a down year record-wise, really for both teams, Tony, but the Vikings got the better of Fort Scott up in Fort Scott, and hopefully they just come out and play. I want them to play better than the Lady Vikes did. Yeah. You know, I'd like to see more of a wire-to-wire solid performance from the Vikes. I don't know if that's asking too much or not, but you know, this is a Fort Scott team that typically doesn't beat themselves, even though their record isn't what it usually is. So Viking boys, I know they'll be ready for this because it's senior night, but they have to be ready for it from start to finish.
Exactly. Yeah, this Fort Scott team is a team that's going to have a play-in game in order to play the 1 or the 2 seed. So they're going to have a tough road ahead of them, even if they win the play-in game.
Yeah, it's going to be Fort Scott's in a tough position, and it looks like we are ready for the national anthem. So let's take a 2-minute break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
Hi, this is Brian at Bowen Pharmacy, and today I'd like to visit with you about how you take your medications. Did you know that when you miss 2 doses per week, that's 3.5 months out of the year that you missed your medications, and that can have detrimental effects on your health in a long time period. Here at Bowen Pharmacy, we have this great new machine called the Rapid Pack RX, and what this machine does is it takes all your medications, filters it down, and puts in this nice strip right here that you can pull out of this box. And at any time of the day that you need your medication, it's right here ready for you. Whether you take it 1 a day, 2 a day, 5 a day, or 6 times per day, we can make that happen for you. It's all interfaced with our pharmacy system, and when it runs through, it puts all those times down for you. It even prints the medications on the strip, and you can take it throughout the day without having to take your bottles with you. It helps you stay compliant, helps you stay healthy, and it's going to give you a long life to live to enjoy. Here at Bowen Pharmacy, we're always thankful that you choose us to be your local provider. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
And we are back live at Parsons High School. 7-12 Vikings hosting the Fort Scott Tigers tonight. Vikes 6-5 in the SEK. So Tony, just for playing for pride, you still have a winning record in the SEK, and Vikings had those injuries that carried over from football season and a very tough December schedule. Got started off 0-7, had that tough opening game against Girard that they could have easily won that one.
Yep.
And the wheels kind of fell off from there for a while, but they have gotten things back on track, and they are, 7-5 since that 0-7 start, and they'll have a good chance to win this one tonight. And then we'll just have to wait and see until tomorrow morning to see where the Vikings fall in the 2022 sub-state bracket. Vikings in their home white, blue and gold trim. Fort Scott in their traveling red with white trim. Clint Heffern, the head coach for the Tigers, and of course Anthony Hout, the head coach for the Vikings. Coach Hout gives some final words of instruction to his team. Again, 4 seniors, all 4 seniors that are on the roster getting the start tonight as expected for senior night, and we are ready for basketball here at Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium. Cedric Webb to jump center for the Vikes. Ball is in the air, and it is won by the Vikes. Jesse Jones has it and gets it into the front court, and we are underway. Looks like Fort Scott will open up in a 2-3 zone. Webb over to Swanson, down low to Brownwell. To Smith, now to Jesse, fakes a 3, gets into the paint. His little floater goes, and they wave it off, and they call an offensive foul on Jesse Jones. I was hoping that he had pulled up enough, Tony, but the official.
Yeah, he tried.
I think that was Colin Thomas taking the charge for the Tigers. Tomei, the point guard, with it. But the Vikings going to open up. They're in a zone as well. Possibly a 1-3-1 look, I believe. Near steal, Tomei has it. Hounded by Webb. Sit in the corner to Cossins. Still tied at 0, just underway here at Parsons High School. Near traveling violation on the baseline. Now a 3-pointer put up. It's off the mark, no good. Brownwell almost had the rebound, couldn't corral it. Fort Scott will have a second chance. Thomas, now Tomei in the corner for 3. It's off the side of the backboard, and Swanson has it, and then he is fouled right at half court. We're going to get Tomei his first and the team's first. 6:55 to go in the first quarter. Vikings, Fort Scott tied at 0. Lady Vikes were victorious 45-32. Here's one of those long threes by Jesse Jones, and it's good. We've seen that a lot this year, Tony.
Yep, he likes doing it early in the game, too.
So 3-0. Vikes on top. Fort Scott working against the zone. Kind of a silly turnover there. Swanson has it for the Vikes. Almost lost it, but Brownwell runs it down. Now to Swanson, back over to Jesse. Now to Webb. Webb over to Swanson, down low to Smith. Good cut to the basket, and the layup is good for Cedric Webb. And give the assist to Justin Smith, senior to senior. Vikes up 5-0, just over 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ball knocked out of bounds into the first row of the student section by Swanson. Now Landon Wheat in, replacing Justin Smith. J.J. Kendrick will replace Hunter Brownwell. Fort Scott gets it into Cossins. Fort Scott looking for their first point. They trail it 5-0, 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Vikings extending that zone out close to half court, trying to disrupt the offense of the Tigers. Get it out top to Cossins, and I think he just threw it away, but it was tipped by the Vikings, so it'll stay with Fort Scott. Down to 5:51 to go in the opening quarter. Still 5-0 in favor of Parsons. Thomas to Cossins, and then it was kicked into the backcourt. It'll stay once again with the Tigers. Tony's boys team just kind of picking up where the Lady Vikings picked up in their second half, really playing some tight defense. Thomas gets the ball in, and it's knocked out of bounds by J.J. Kendrick. Fort Scott having trouble getting into any kind of rhythm on the offensive end.
That was a near turnover there.
And there's a steal.
There
They
is a
have it.
turnover.
Quickly up ahead to Webb. He's got a couple guys behind him, but he lays it in. Webb with 4 quick points and a timeout on the floor called by Fort Scott. 7-0, 5:34 to go in the first quarter. We'll keep it here at the gym. I know, Tony, you've talked a lot this year, and I have too, about get Cedric Webb off to a quick start. I think our listeners probably remember the frustrating night he had up in Chanute a few nights ago, where he played about 4 minutes and fouled out. Just didn't get to be on the floor at all. So nice on senior night to see the 6'1" senior with 2 quick baskets, and it is a 7-0 lead for the Vikes. The girls' game was primarily a game of runs, especially through about the first 2.5 quarters. And that's how the boys' game is starting out as well. Parsons with a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. It's like, boy, it's thrown away.
Wow.
Will they save it? Boy, great hustle by Tomei to save that possession for the Tigers. 3-pointer from the corner is off the mark. Tomei, the shortest guy on the floor, gets the offensive rebound. Out to Thomas for an open 3. It's good. And that's why those offensive rebounds are so deadly. Jesse wants to answer, can't get it to go. Knocked out of bounds. I thought it went off Kendrick, but they're going to say it went off Fort Scott. Swanson to throw it in from the baseline. 5:07 to go in the first quarter. Parsons leading the Tigers 7-3. There is that little lob play, and Wheat couldn't get it to stay down, but he's fouled and goes to the line to shoot 2. That's going to be I don't know, you'd have to have about a 6'8" guy in there, Tony, to kind of screw that play up. That's
what the Lady Vikes do with Hinman a lot.
Free throw goes down for Landon Wheat. Vikings, if I remember right, 21 out of 26 from the free throw line in that win up at Chanute. Landon Wheat starts off 2 for 2, and the Vikes are leading at 9-3. 5:06 to go in quarter number 1. Brownwell replacing Wheat in the Viking lineup. Tomei directing traffic, gets it into the front court. Hands it off to Peck. And Thomas, he hands it off to Parker Allen. Tomei baseline, and he's cut off again. Allen right back to Tomei. Ball thrown into the backcourt. I don't think anybody touched it. They're going to say that Fort Scott did touch it, and it's a backcourt violation. J.J. Kendrick was trying to outrun everybody, and he was just going to snag the loose ball and go in for a layup.
Yeah, that would have been nice because he had the line right at the basket.
J.J. to throw it in from the near side, gets it into Jones. Jesse has that long 3-pointer. Over to Webb, over to Jesse, to J.J., back out to Webb. He'll try a 3. Can't get the roll, and it's knocked out of bounds by Kendrick and goes over to the Tigers. It was a good look for Webb. Just couldn't get it to go down. 9-3 is your score. Vikings up by 6. 4.5 minutes to go in our opening quarter. Parker Allen into the front court for the Tigers. Gets it into Lafredo, who just checked in. 6'3" sophomore. Nice play and laying it in off the glass. It's Colin Thomas. He has all 5 points for the Tigers. 9-5. Vikes by 4. Here's a skip pass over to Jones. Quickly on the baseline to Webb. Strong move. He scores. Vikings need more of that the rest of the season, Tony.
Yeah, Cedric Webb is definitely having the best quarter of his senior year right now.
11-5. A near steal, and it is a steal. The Vikes have it. Jesse Jones gets around one man, takes it himself. His little floater, no good. Rebounded by Landon, goes up, can't score. Webb fighting hard. He's got another offensive board, and the Vikes will reset. 11-5, Vikes by 6, 3:37 to go in our opening quarter. Coach Houck shouting instructions. Jesse Jones almost lost it. Hands it off again to Webb. He scores! 8 points in the first quarter for Cedric Webb, and it is 13-5. His 8 points count for the 8-point differential.
Where has that been all year, Scott? Man.
He has come to play. Thomas from about 17, no good, but the Vikes didn't hustle after that loose ball. Vikings probably should have had that one, and now another offensive board for the Tigers. Costin's in trouble. I think he threw it off a Viking player, went out of bounds, so it'll stay with Parsons. Justin Smith replacing Webb in the Viking lineup, and what a first 5 minutes Webb has had. I think he was getting out some frustration from Tuesday night, maybe.
Yeah, no kidding.
Goldston into the lineup for Fort Scott, and he wants a three, and it's off the mark, no good, and Swanson corrals the rebound for the Vikes. Up ahead to Wheat. Vikings looking for a double-digit lead. Swanson fakes the three. Wide open is Jesse Jones. Short, but an offensive board and a putback, no good. Thought maybe JJ got fouled on that, but
Yeah, it looked like he
no
did.
whistle. So 13-5. Here's a step back three. And knocking it down and keeping Fort Scott in it is Colin Thomas. He has all 8 points for the Tigers. 13-8. Vikes by 5. 2:22 to go in quarter number 1. Kendrick sit on the floor. Backs it back out to Swanson. Now over to Smith. He thought about a three. Gets into the paint. Out it to JJ. JJ, nice drive, but he lost his balance. And he thought he got fouled again, and no call. Here comes Tomei with it. Vikings with not very good transition defense, but a great block down low by Landon Wheat. And then a foul on the Tigers. Great recovery by the 6'3 sophomore. Webb back into the lineup along with Brownwell. Kendrick heads to the bench, and Swanson will head to the bench for the Vikes. In your score, 13-8, Vikes by 5, minute 59 to go in our opening quarter. And here comes Parker Allen in for the Tigers, replacing Tomei. Jesse just walking the ball up the floor. Gets it across half court. Still a 2-3 or maybe a 2-1-2 zone being played by the Tigers. Jesse picked up his dribble and he needs help. It's Brownwell, gives it right back to Jesse. Jesse trying to direct traffic. In the corner to Webb. Tried to get it down low to Brownwell and it's poked away, and it's a steal for the Tigers. Thomas has been Mr. Everything in the first quarter for the Tigers, cutting to the basket. Now they kick it out for an open three. It's short, rebounded by Brownwell. And then, boy, he was fouled and they didn't call it. Well, I cannot believe they didn't blow the whistle on that. Now a three-pointer goes down for Parker Allen. 3 threes in the first quarter, and that is keeping Fort Scott in it. All of a sudden, just a 2-point lead for the Vikes at 13-11, just over a minute to go in quarter number 1. Brownwell gets it in to Wheat, and reaching over and committing the foul is Lafredo, 6'3 sophomore. So Lafredo picks up his second and the team's fourth. So Wheat heads to the bench, so they won't lob it into him this time. Let's see what the Vikings want to do on this inbound play. Out to Smith, fakes a three. Spin move, lost it. I think it went off Fort Scott. Went off Cossins, a 6'3 senior. So Vikings started off pretty good tonight, Tony, and they've hit a bit of a lull the last few minutes.
Yeah, they definitely need to pick it up here and score before the end of this quarter.
Smith drives, pulls up, and leaves it short, and battle for the loose ball. The Tigers have it, and a foul on Smith. His first and the team's second. So 13-11, Vikes on 2. So Parsons has seemed like the better team in the opening quarter, but yet Fort Scott chance to tie or take the lead on this trip. Kick it down low to Cossins. Double teamed, he needs help. It's out to Peck. Thomas has had a great first quarter. Great look underneath, and there's the layup for Parker Allen. 5 points for Allen, 8 points for Thomas, and just like that, we are tied at 13 points apiece. 23 seconds to go in the opening quarter. We get it down low to Brownwell. He makes a strong move. He's blocked from behind. I'll tell you, Thomas has been the guy here in the opening 8 minutes for the Tigers. He almost single-handedly kept them in this when they got down early. Swanson lobs it into Webb, and he misses it, and it's pulled out by Allen. And now Fort Scott, believe it or not, has a chance to have the lead going into the second quarter. 8 seconds to play. 5 seconds. I think Thomas wanted it. They couldn't get it to him. 2 seconds, and they turn it over. And the Vikes have it. They do not get a shot off, and we have reached the end of our first quarter with the score. Parsons 13 and Fort Scott 13. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Basketball on B93.
It's been said that to have a great team, you have to perform at a consistently higher level than others. Here at Wood Doolahary Insurance, we feel that holds true for us as well.
Whether home, auto, farm, or business, our team stands ready to help you find the right coverage at the right price.
Ready, break! Put the Wood-Doolahary team to work for you, serving the entire four-state area.
Proud partner of Auto Owners Insurance.
To 13 is your score as we get ready for the start of quarter number 2. And Tony, I guess kind of like the girls' game, it was a game of runs.
Exactly.
The Vikings started out at least 7-0, and then Fort Scott battles back, outscores the Vikes 13-6 the rest of the way. Again, 6'2" senior Colin Thomas with 8 points to lead the way for the Tigers. 6'1" senior Cedric Webb leading the Vikings. He also has 8 points through 1 quarter of play. Tigers have the first possession of the second quarter, and play has resumed. Goldston on the floor for the Tigers. Looks like Vikes may have, see if the Vikes maybe have switched to a man-to-man here. Fort Scott tried to lob it in. It's knocked out of bounds. The long reach of Landon Wheat. They were trying to get it down to the 6'3" senior Cossins. They were denied by Wheat.
It just seems like Wheat could just have the game of his life.
Yeah, I agree.
If they could just feed it to him.
Nice anticipation, and it's a steal up ahead to Jesse. He lays it in. Nice defense by the Vikes. So 5 points for Jesse Jones, and Parsons regains the lead at 15-13, 7:27 to go in our first half. Goldston gets it to Cossins, hands off to Thomas. Picks up his dribble. Now in the corner. Cossins has it, wants to make a move on Wheat. Goes over Wheat and scores. That was an impressive shot.
Wow.
I'm not sure how he got that one to go because it was well defended. Nice shot by Dryden Cossins. Three-pointer by Swanson. It's good.
Wow.
And how nice is it to see that? I know he's been under the weather a little bit, Tony, so nice to see Swanson come out and hit a three-pointer. It's a 3-point lead for the Vikes at 18-15. Peck with it. Kicks it over to Goldston on the left wing. And in the corner to Cossins. Out to Goldston, a three-pointer for the tie. It's good.
Wow.
Saw him play in the JV game. He's a good basketball player.
Yeah, they just keep going back and forth.
4 threes. 4-4's got an NBA three. Off the mark for Jesse Jones. And what a great rebound by Kendrick. Goes up and gets fouled, and he goes to the line. Oh, they're going to call a jump ball. And it'll stay with the Vikes. I thought they were going to call a foul, but the official said no, it was all ball. So Swanson to throw it in from the baseline. 18-18 is your score. 6:27 to go in the first half. Get it over to Jesse in the corner. Out to Kendrick. JJ wants a screen. Now reverses direction. Over to Wheat. Skip pass to Swanson. In the corner to Jesse. Jones right back to Swanson. There's a long three off the mark.
How is that not
a
that
foul? Should have been a foul. What an effort by Wheat, and the score, or layup rather, goes down for J.J. Kendrick. What an athletic play. Kendrick gets his first basket off that great hustle play by Landon Wheat, and the Vikes lead by 2. 5:55 to go in the quarter. A near steal. Tomei from 15. Baseline is good. Tomei doesn't score a lot, but he got that one to go, and we are tied at 20. Jesse Jones backs it out. The Vikes threw it away, and Jesse with great hustle gets it back. Over to Swanson. He fakes the three. Jesse in the corner. Just a couple of dribbles. Gives it to JJ. He gets into the paint. And
how is that not a foul?
He just can't believe. He looks over to the bench and like, what do I have to do to get him to blow the whistle?
That's been at least 3 times. I thought they should have called a foul.
Yeah, that's frustrating for Kendrick. And here's steal. Who has it? The Vikes have it quickly up ahead to Cedric Webb. Can he corral it? Goes up. Oh, he scores. What a shot by Webb. And we have a timeout on the floor. Webb now in double figures with 10 points. Vikes lead at 22-20. And it is just a 30-second timeout. So once again, we'll keep it here at the gym. Tony, just back and forth action. Essentially Colin Thomas and the three-point shooting of Fort Scott keeping them in this ball game. I feel like the Vikings have been the better team, but yet they only lead by 2 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the Vikes have, I mean, the rebounds are equal on both sides, but turnovers, I have Fort Scott with 6 turnovers.
Yeah, that's kind of uncharacteristic.
So the Vikes have gotten A couple of bad breaks on missed shots that, I think Kendrick thought he got fouled a couple different times.
But Kendrick, Webb, Swanson, Jones, and Trey Mack out on the floor for the first time tonight. Tomei has it for Fort Scott as play resumes. 22-20. Vikes lead by 2, just over 5 minutes to go in the first half. Vikings out in a man-to-man. Lafredo with it. Mounted by Kendrick. And Thomas had a good first quarter for the Tigers. Now out to Lafredo again. And what's the call? They don't blow the whistle, so now they have to call it. It's going to be a jump ball.
I don't know how that's not a travel, but
could have been a travel or a blocking foul on the Vikes, either one. But just, they swallowed their whistles a lot in the girls' game, Tony, until late, and even then they swallowed them a few times. Thomas needing help, gets it into Tomei. He's going to launch a guarded 3. It's short, and it's saved, but it actually falls out of bounds. Lafredo couldn't get it to his teammate, so it's going to go over to the Vikes. Christian Peranto heads to the bench for Fort Scott. I didn't even notice that he had checked in. I don't think he played at all up at the Tiger Dome. Three-pointer by Swanson. He's good again.
Swanson.
Nothing but net for both of his three-pointers here in the first half.
Seems like when he gets that stroke going, Scott, it's good. Wow.
And I was looking at my scorebook.
Thomas.
Colin Thomas with another basket. He's in double figures with 10. So a 3-point lead for the Vikes at 25-22. Mack, good look into Webb, and then he tried to get it to Kendrick, and it's the right idea, but maybe one pass too many.
They are letting a lot of stuff go here. Unbelievable.
So 3-point lead.
It's only the third turnover I've seen on the Vikings, which I could have missed a couple, but it seems like they've taken care of the ball fairly well tonight.
Yeah, they've definitely won the turnover battle here in the first half. Thomas on the left wing, cutter to the basket, gets his man in the air. Now he goes up and missed it, but an offensive rebound by the Tigers. Now the ball poked away. The Vikes have it. Vikes maybe with numbers. Webb kicks it in the corner to Swanson. He wants another 3. Good.
Wow.
Paxton Swanson with 3 threes in the second quarter. He has 9 points, and it's a 6-point lead for the Vikes and a near steal at half court. And after all that contact, they're going to call that reach in on Jesse Jones.
Yep.
Not saying it wasn't a foul. It's just, I don't know. We've seen a lot more contact than that let go, but foul on Jesse, his second. So he may be done for the half. 28-22, Vikes by 6. Justin Smith will check in at the next whistle. Goldston guarded by Mack, gets around Mack, then he's cut off by Webb. Well, Fort Scott had a mismatch. They didn't see it in time. Goldston being hounded by Mack again out at half court. Cossins with it, gives it off to Thomas. Nice play, and he's going to score with a little floater.
Man, he's had some shots tonight.
He had 16 points up in Fort Scott. He already has 12 here in the first half. Vikes get it down to Webb. A lot of contact and no call, and Webb loses it. He just can't believe it. And a run out at the other end. Layup missed, but an easy putback for Lafredo. And just like that, Fort Scott back to within 2 at 28-26. And we have a timeout called by Coach Hauke. It's just going to be a 30-second timeout. So once again, we'll keep it here at the gym. But still continues to be kind of a game of runs, Tony. And Webb and Kendrick keep looking over to the bench. Every time they penetrate, they're like, Coach, what do we do? They're not blowing the whistle.
Yeah, that's definitely been the case. I mean, even in the girls' game, we said it a lot. These refs have allowed a lot of contact. So, but I don't know what. The only thing you can do is adjust to it.
Yeah.
And but then if they start calling it the other way, then you're in trouble. But in the girls' game, there was some. There's so much contact down under the basket that they didn't call, but then there's so many touch fouls way out high that was just like they didn't even breathe on them and they called a foul,
J.J. Kendrick with the ball for the Vikings. Parsons leads 28-26, 2:25 to go in the half. J.J. gets it out to Swanson. Oh, that's a tough three. Will it go? Spins out this time. His first miss from behind the three-point line. And Fort Scott with a chance to tie or take the lead. Now J.J. Kendrick getting a little handsy with Goldston, and there's a steal. Great anticipation again by Swanson, and he lays it in. He's in double figures with 11 points. Vikes go up by 4 at 30-26. Allen with it. Good entry pass. Tough shot, though, is going to be off the mark, no good. J.J. Kendrick grabs the rebound. Vikes has done a pretty good job on the boards here in the first half. Out to Smith. Down to Webb. Cedric Webb. Out to Swanson. He's set up for a three. It's short. Great rebound by Smith, and he got it to go. Justin Smith with his first two on senior night. 6-point lead for the Vikes, 32-26. Minute 37 to go in the first half, and we have a timeout on the floor. We will be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
Hey Parsons, I'm Anna. This is Raven. We're the Anna and Raven Show on V93.
The Anna and Raven Show.
Wake up with us weekdays for fun and energy in the morning. If it's happening in your life, we want to talk about it on the air.
And we love to give away cash. Every day you'll have your shot to win some with Can't Beat Raven. If you know your pop culture trivia, you can take them down. You can win that money.
Now enjoy the game. Let's go, Parsons.
Woo!
We have 1 minute, 37 seconds to go in our first half. The Vikings leading Fort Scott 32-26. I believe the Vikings have led the duration. We were tied at 13 at the end of the first quarter, but I don't think Fort Scott ever pulled ahead. Thomas with the ball, guarded by Swanson. Gets it over to Allen on the left wing, gets a screen. Picked up by, another steal by Swanson. Excuse me, he is fouled, and the basket goes down.
Honestly, Scott, I don't know how he got that ball to go into the basket.
I don't either.
Because he was so far underneath the basket.
I mean, he did the reverse layup so he could go with the right hand, but I was like you. I was just hoping he was going to get fouled because I didn't think the ball was going to go in the basket, but Swanson proved us wrong. He has 11 points, all in the second quarter, and this may be the biggest. I believe this is the biggest lead for the Vikes at 8. Make it 9. Swanson definitely came to play on senior night. 35-26. Vikes with the lead. Minute 18 to go. And then and JJ just kind of smiles because he's one of the guys that's been getting beat up down low, and then he gets called for a touch foul against Goldston. That is just JJ's first, and it is the team's fourth. Here comes Lafredo. And remember, Marken Johnson had a big quarter against the Vikings up in Fort Scott. He has not seen the floor tonight.
No, he has not.
I think it was the second quarter he really made his presence known. Thomas at the top of the key, over to Goldston. Good entry pass. And they kick it out to Tomei from about 15, in and out, and another rebound by Justin Smith. He has had a good first half for the Vikes. They lob it up to Kendrick. Oh, good pass to Webb. And he missed it. Boy, the Vikes did everything right except get that ball to go in the basket. Rebounded out by the Tigers, but Vikes lead by 9, 40 seconds to go in the half. Thomas fakes a three. Now here's a three-pointer that's an air ball, and J.J. Kendrick has it. Good hustle, and then he is fouled by Tomei. His second and the team's sixth. So neither team in the bonus yet. Christian Toronto into the lineup again for the Tigers. Parker Allen also checks in. So the Vikes have a 9-point lead and the ball. 25 seconds to go in the half. Unless something changes here, the Vikings also get the ball to start the second half. So Vikes might get back-to-back possessions here. It'd be great if they could score, go into the locker room with a double-digit lead. Jones with it, guarded by Thomas. 9 seconds. Jesse looking to make a move. Crossover. Now to JJ, 5 seconds. Oh, tough shot by JJ. It's going to be off the mark. And rebounded by Fort Scott. A steal, and that is going to be the end of the first half. And the Parsons Vikings head to the locker room with a 9-point lead. It is Parsons 35, Fort Scott 26. We'll step away for a 3-minute commercial break. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
Hi, this is Brian at Bowen Pharmacy, and we are so excited to have this new compounding lab that we have created and designed to help you choose the different kind of medications that you might need. In here, we do compounding, custom medications for you. We could do bioidentical hormones, so that's testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. We could do DHEA. We could do any of those medications to help you level out those hormones to help you stay healthy and better. We could do troches. We could do capsules. We can even do rapidly dissolved tablets, all right here at Bowen Pharmacy in Parsons, Kansas. We even have great diaper rash cream that will help your baby heal and be better and safer in the long run. Once again, we're always thankful that you choose Bowen Pharmacy to be your local provider and to make you better and to help you stay healthier and live longer. Thank you and enjoy the day.
Tonight, and Karen once again taking care of everything back in the KLKC studios this evening. 35-26, Vikings lead by 9. Tony, it's not very often you see a player go for 14 points in one quarter, but that's what Paxton Swanson did, and what a time for the 6'1" senior to come to life here on senior night when the Vikings they kind of hit a brick wall offensively.
Yeah, Paxton, was struggled Tuesday. Houck said he wasn't feeling very well, and obviously found the stroke here tonight, knocked down some threes, and had a big second quarter, and it was perfect timing because, it was just that time where we needed to take a big run and take this lead, and we did, and now we got a 9-point lead.
Let's go ahead and run down the scoring totals for you. First for the Vikings, we already mentioned Swanson with his 14. Cedric Webb, big first half. He's in double figures with 10. 5 points for Jesse Jones, 2 points apiece for Justin Smith, Landon Wheat, and J.J. Kendrick. And I think Landon is one of those guys that I'd like to see get going offensively in the second half just because he's so talented. I know sometimes, I've seen it before, a sophomore will kind of not want to take the limelight away from the seniors on senior night, but the most important thing, obviously, is to get the win. And so I'd like to see Wheat be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end. As far as scoring for the Tigers, they were led by Colin Thomas with 12 points in the first half, 5 points for Parker Allen, 3 points for Goldston, and 2 points apiece for Tomei, Cossins, and Lafredo. 35-26, Vikes by 9. And Tony, this is a team that the Vikes beat in Fort Scott, but it's one of those where you never really felt totally comfortable.
Yeah,
it was
it was tied. 9 maybe?
Won by 7, and it was tied at 38 after the third quarter. So,
So the turnover ratio is kind of where the Vikes have basically gotten the lead, because offensive rebound-wise, 5-4. Defensive rebounds is 9-8. So 8 turnovers for Fort Scott, only 4 for the Vikings. So 4 turnovers. We're ahead by 9. I mean, so that's about right. So
yeah, and I don't want to jinx the Vikes, but I would say if they can match that 35 points again in the second half, they are probably going to get out of here with a win tonight, because for the most part, Fort Scott, just a little bit I've seen it in this year, they don't have a lot of offensive firepower. They can get going like any team can. They know how to knock down the three, and they play pretty solid defense, so they can kind of start shutting teams down a little bit like they did to the Vikes about midway through the first quarter. But I think if Parsons comes out, takes care of the basketball, and not many free throws shot in that first half. I showed 3 out of 3 for the Vikes and no free throws shot for the Tigers. But if it does come down to free throw shooting, obviously the Vikes will have to do what they did Tuesday night, step up and knock them down.
Yeah, they shot exceptionally well from the free throw line on Tuesday. Chanute did as well, but we all know the outcome there. I mean, the Vikes held them off and ended up winning that game. And so the Vikes, we do know that they are going to have to travel,
right?
And it's going to be up north, and it's going to be a long drive. So
yeah, we're looking at what most likely Tonganoxie or Holton, I believe.
If we win, I'm pretty sure it's a guarantee we'll play Tonganoxie.
Okay.
If we lose, it could possibly be Holton. So. Either way,
that's way up north.
It's way up north. It's a tough. It's going to be a tough. Especially when you have to drive in a bus for, 3.5 hours and then get off a bus,
try to play,
and try to play.
Up. Yeah, it's tough.
That's a lot to ask for, and
I'm sure Coach Houck will have them leave plenty early and be able to get there and get the juices flowing a little bit. And, like you said, record-wise, the Vikings would be the underdog against whoever they play. But the Vikings are playing so much better the second half of the season, and we don't know hardly anything about their potential opponents in terms of how tough their league is. And, and here again, you can say this about every basketball game that's played, but once you get into sub-state, it's just all about matchups.
Exactly.
How does one team match up with the other team? And if the Vikings find a matchup they can exploit, they could easily get a win in the first round of sub-state.
Yeah. And you've got, we've talked about Landon Weed off and on all year long, that how exceptional talent that he can be, and he can score at any time. And Swanson going off for 14. And you know what Jesse Jones can do. He took over the game down at Chanute and just scores 20-some points like it's nothing. And Cedric Webb tonight decides to show up on senior night. Scores 10 in the first half. So, we've got some guys that can score. J.J. Kendrick hasn't been afraid to take it to the basket. We've got some guys that aren't afraid to score. And I think if they go into a game against like a Tonganoxie or Holton, we have nothing to lose.
Right.
You go up there and you shoot your threes and you go to the rack and try to score it and just see what happens. And if you go into a game like that with nothing to lose, who knows what can happen.
Yeah, and I think that needs to be their mentality the rest of the way. Just play loose. And, man, doggone it, play to win. Don't ever play to lose.
Yep.
I know we kind of felt like they played to lose against Baxter Springs.
Exactly.
And there were some other issues that went into that, I know. But, I think they just need to be aggressive and be loose and have fun, especially the seniors. This is it.
Yep.
Once Sub-State gets here, it's one and done. So Vikings do get the first possession of the second half. They have the ball in a 35-26 lead. J.J. Kendrick has it, dribbles to the far side, now reverses direction. Back to Swanson, in the corner to Jones. Jesse bounce pass, there's Wheat, that's what we were looking for, and he scores off the glass.
Just like you asked for it, he got it.
And I just don't know what kind of answer Fort Scott would have for that as this game continues. 37-26, it's an 11-point lead for the Vikings. So a double-digit lead for the Vikes. Allen in a little bit of trouble, gets it off to Thomas. Now over to Peck, who hands off to Tomei. 11-point lead for the Vikes early in the third quarter. Peck finds a man in the paint, gets a couple guys in the air, but now he just kicks it back out. They lob it in, and it's going to be, it should have been a steal, I thought, and somehow it ended up in the hands of Scott Tomei, and he has an easy layup. So Fort Scott caught a break on that one. 37-28, Vikes by 9. Strong move on the baseline and scoring. Who else? Cedric Webb. He now has 12 points. We don't have stats in front of us, Tony. That's got to be close to his season high.
Yeah, I would say I'm about 95% sure that's his season high, 12 points.
11-point lead for the Vikes. Thomas finds a cutter. It's Tomei, and he scores. A little floater from about 6 feet out. Tomei now with 6 points and then a foul in the backcourt. Oh, they're going to call a jump ball. Wow. Vikes get tied up in the backcourt by Parker Allen. Yeah, it should belong to the Tigers. So 39-30, Vikes by 9, 6:37 to go in the third quarter. Tomei picks up his dribble, gets it to Cossins. Thomas cut off at the elbow. Shot from the baseline is an air ball, but an offensive board, and another floater by Tomei. He has 6 points, all 6 points in the second half for the Tigers, 8 points on the night. And he usually doesn't score that well, but he's been the beneficiary of some good bounces. The Vikings miss a 3. Tomei at the other end goes up, missed it that time.
Wow,
boy,
that
Vikes
could have been 8
break.
points.
And so 39-32, Vikes by 7. Webb over to Swanson. Jesse splits the defense, got blocked, I thought, and the shot falls a little bit short. Fort Scott looking to push the tempo. Near steal by Swanson. Cossins has it. Gets it over to Thomas, wide open for 3, off the mark, and rebounded by Swanson. Vikes have been rebounding pretty well here tonight. Parker Allen commits the personal in the backcourt. That is his second and the team's first here in the second half. So 5:37 to go in the third quarter. Vikes lead at 39-32. Kendrick comes back to the near side. That had to be a foul on Allen, yeah. So he just picked up his third. And here comes Markin Johnson, the 6'4 junior. He gave the Vikings some problems up at Fort Scott. He scored 11 points. All 11 came in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's kind of unbelievable. He's just now coming into the game.
Jesse Jones in the corner to Swanson. Tough 3. Wow, he buried it, Tony. What a shot by Swanson. 17.
4 threes in the game.
6'1 senior keeping Fort Scott at bay. 42-32. Johnson trying to power his way up. Has to kick it back out after getting double teamed. 15-footer is short and rebounded by Kendrick. Coach Halka wants J.J. Kendrick to push the tempo. Goes up, can't score, and it's rebounded by Goldston of Fort Scott. Quickly up ahead to Tomei. He's got a cutter. Boy, that just saved the basket. That was either Jones or Swanson that tipped it out of bounds. Trey Mack replacing J.J. Kendrick in the Viking lineup. 4:47 to go in quarter number 3. Vikes by 10, 42-32. Colin Thomas to throw it in from the baseline. Gets it into Cossins. They swing it around to Goldston. Tomei on the left wing, wide open underneath. What a block by Webb. 6'1 Webb with a great recovery, and he blocked it out of bounds. And here comes Hunter Brownwell. Let's see if they use Hunter to kind of shove or push Johnson out of the paint a little bit. That's who he's matched up with.
When they start breathing on him right off the bat.
Off the inbound, a 15-footer off the mark, no good, and rebounded by Webb. It's a 2-on-1. Webb gives it off to Jesse. He's fouled and he scores. Jones with 7 points. The Vikes lead by 12, 44-32. Cossins picks up the personal. It's the team's third and the second on Cossins. Free throw is good by Jesse Jones. Give him 8 points on the night. Biggest lead of the evening for the Vikes at 45-32. And I hope Swanson's okay. Gets up a little gimpy. Vikes were putting on some pressure at the other end. Shot no good. Johnson with a nice rebound and a putback. And that's what he does so well, and he has his first basket. 45-34, Vikes by 11, 4:13 to go in the third quarter. Mack in the corner to Swanson. He's going to try another three. That one's off the mark, but look at Webb with the offensive board on the weak side. Mack into the paint, nowhere to go, and then throws it away, but it's going to stay with the Vikings as Allen touched it last.
That shot by Swanson there almost looked like a push instead of the rest of the game has just been like a nice, follow through, and that one was more of a push, and you could just see in his follow through.
Yeah, he might be a little tired. He did kind of get banged up. So he's going to head down to he's going to go to the locker room actually, and they're going to take a look. He's been hampered by that, a foot injury?
Yeah.
For most of the year.
I think it came from soccer season, wasn't it?
I think so. Kendrick, the top of the key, over to Jesse. Thought about a three. Now he backs it out. He's in trouble. Gets it to Webb. Webb gets blocked. Kendrick fighting for it, and he gets fouled, I believe, by Johnson. Wow. The Vikings, I've really been impressed with their play tonight, Tony. They have fought really hard.
Yeah, they act like they want to win.
Webb in the paint. Oh, he missed it. He was bothered by the length of Johnson. Couldn't get it to go down.
That's the second one that he's missed that's been so close. He could have 16 right now without any problem.
Landon Wheat will check in at the next whistle. Goldston dribbles to the far side of the floor. Around the right wing, looking to get it in. Out top to Cossins. Now Thomas has it. And a foul underneath, either on Webb or Brownwell, I believe. It's going to go on Webb. And what a difference a couple of days makes. Just his first personal, Tony.
Wow.
And he's played a lot of minutes. And also the Vikings' second leading scorer with 12 points. And he heads to the bench, replaced by Wheat. Thomas to inbound from the baseline, looking for a cutter. So they get it out top to Goldston. Inside to Thomas. Gets Brownwell in the air, and he's fouled, and he scores. Thomas with a nice play. So that is his first basket of the second half. He has 14 points on the night. That gets that deficit back under double digits for the Tigers. Parsons leading 45-36. Good news for the Vikes. Swanson back in the lineup, replacing Brownwell. Thomas, this is the first free throw of the night for the Tigers. He puts it up, and it's good.
That's unbelievable. I didn't even think about that.
So 45-37, Vikes by 8. Kendrick with a bit of a shove off. Oh, got it into Weed. He almost lost it. Now he goes up with the left hand. He just never had control of it, and it's a missed shot, rebounded out by the Tigers. Goldston with it. In the corner for a three. And it is perfect. Knocking it down is Cossins. He has 5 points. And quickly at the other end, a layup goes down. Wow, that was fast break basketball by the Vikings, and they go up by 7 now at 47-40. Give Swanson 19 points.
I didn't even see him check back in the game.
Yeah, he came back in quickly after he went to the locker room and checked in for Brownwell. And, that was a great answer because Fort Scott just hit a big three to get that deficit down to 5. They had the momentum. And then just on the run out, Swanson beat everybody down the floor and was able to get the layup. He has just had a huge night with those 19 points, 7-point lead for the Vikes. Parsons looking for their 8th win of the year and trying to finish above 500 in the SEK. They are sitting at 6-5. And of course, then win or lose tonight, the Vikes will, like every other team in the state, patiently await the brackets for sub-state, which are supposed to be announced at about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I'm watching the live stream of the Indy Labette County, and it's 34-24 Indy over Labette County
Labette.
boys right now, and Labette County boys are locked in to host their first game of sub-state.
Fort Scott has the ball in the front court. Allen nearly throws it away. It's run down by Thomas. Just a 7-point lead right now for the Vikes. They had a double-digit lead moments ago. A three-pointer is short, and what an effort by Landon Wheat. He gets the rebound, quickly up ahead to Webb, gets around one defender. That's got to be, oh no! They're going to call an offensive foul, and Tony, I'll just say I totally disagree with it. Looked like it should have been a basket and a free throw, and the officials are talking about it.
Yeah, because he went to the side there.
Yeah. Wow. That's reminiscent of kind of the calls that Cedric was getting up in Chanute.
Exactly.
That's a tough break. That could have given the Vikings back a double-digit lead. Instead, it's the second foul on Webb, and Fort Scott has the ball. The chance to inch a little closer. Allen in the front court to Thomas on the left wing, guarded by Kendrick. Near steal. Swanson almost had it. Goldston out top. And there is the steal. This time it's Swanson, and goes to the right side and scores. 21 points for Swanson, and he's limping, Tony. He's in a little bit of pain. I know he doesn't want to come out on senior night. 49-40. Vikes by 9. Ball poked away, and it goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Fort Scott. Goldston thought he was fouled. Minute 48 to go in the third quarter. Vikes enjoying a 9-point lead. Thomas gets it in to Allen. Right back to Thomas. Thomas with 15 points on the night to lead the way for the Tigers. Nearly got his pocket picked. And now JJ does get it from behind. And now the Vikes turned it over. The Vikes had it. Here comes Johnson. Back to Thomas. Good look underneath. Boy, one too many passes, I think. And then a big block from behind by Landon Wheat. Here come the Vikes. Drops it off to Jesse Jones, and it is good, and give the assist to Cedric Webb.
Yeah, I think if Webb would have kept going, he would have got another offensive foul.
Well, going by the way that first one was called, I think you're probably right.
So he just kind of eased up, gave it to Jesse, and Jesse took it straight to the rack.
So 51-40, Vikes by 11. Fort Scott, I believe that was Fort Scott that called the timeout. It's an 11-point lead for the Vikes. Minute 18 to go in the third quarter. Vikes encouraging each other in the timeout huddle. You know, they were, I know Coach Houck told us, Tony, that the team felt bad about that 0-7 start. They felt like they were letting down the school, the community, but I think most people were level-headed about it and knew what the obstacles they had been facing and knew it was just a matter of time. Coach Houck is a great coach, and there's enough talent on this team to win plenty of basketball games. You know, I thought, you know, they could definitely win 10 games this year, and they might, depending on how sub-state plays out, they might fall a little bit shy of that. But after that rough start, looking at closing in on their 8th win of the year, that's pretty impressive.
Yep.
But a long ways to go. Minute 18 to go in the third quarter. Parsons going to pick up full court. They're leading at 51-40. Swanson is headed to the bench for a little bit. So Goldston being hounded by Jesse Jones. Vikes in a man-to-man. Boy, and overpaying the passing lane was J.J. Kendrick. He has the steal. J.J. on the right wing, out to Webb. He thought about a three. He penetrates. Good look to Matt. Goes for a reverse layup and scores. Gets his first basket. Cedric with another assist, and it's 53-40. Vikes by 13. Goldston to Thomas. From 14, his jump shot is good.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he's tough. He is up to 17 points tonight. JJ goes all the way and got partially blocked, I believe, by the 6'4 Johnson. Johnson has the ball poked away, but Goldston ends up with it. Big advantage down there, and a steal by Jesse Jones. He was giving up 7 inches, but he got the steal anyway. What a move by Cedric Webb. He scores off the glass. 14 points for Webb, and it's a 13-point lead for the Vikes. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Vikes lose a man on the baseline with 3 seconds. He shoots and got it to go. So that is the end of the third quarter with your score. Parsons 55 and Fort Scott 44. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Basketball on B93.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
And we are back live at Parsons High School. Going into the fourth quarter, the Vikings lead at 55-44. And Tony, got to be a little bit discouraging for Fort Scott. They scored 18 in the third quarter, but they lost ground because the Vikes put up 20. We kind of thought 70 would probably do it for the Vikings tonight. I don't think that Fort Scott could get over the hump if the Vikes put up 15 points in this quarter, but we have seen stranger things happen over the years. Justin Smith, the senior, on the floor for the Vikes, along with Jones, Webb, Swanson, and Wheat.
I feel like the Coach Alex and the teams learned their lesson from that Baxter loss, that they're not going to play keep away. They're going to keep going the basket.
Right there, they do it. Jesse goes all the way to the hole and gets fouled. Layup almost went down, but he'll have 2 free throws coming. Foul was on Allen, his 4th. And that is the 5th team foul on Fort Scott here in the second half. Jesse's free throw looks short, and it is. He will have one more. Vikings now 4 out of 5 from the line tonight. Not nearly as many free throws shot tonight as we had Tuesday night. Second free throw good by Jones. Brownwell checks in for Justin Smith. 56-44. 12-point lead for the Vikes. Parsons going to make Fort Scott work to get the ball in. Johnson with it to Goldston. And a near steal by Jesse Jones out at half court, but instead he picked up his 3rd personal and the team's 4th. So Jesse can go ahead and be careful for a while. We don't need him going to the bench with foul trouble. Thomas guarded by Swanson. Now off the switch. Tried to bounce it down low, and it was kicked by Swanson. Toronto is back out on the floor for Fort Scott. Johnson heads to the bench, replaced by Trent Peck, the 5'11 senior. 56-44 is your score. Parsons by 12, 7.5 minutes to go in our ball game. Tomei back on the floor for the Tigers, has it poked away. What a steal by Jesse Jones, and Tomei falls down. He may be hurt. Layup goes down for Jesse Jones. He now has 13 points. That was an awkward looking fall by Tomei. It looks like he's going to be okay. What a great defensive play by Jesse Jones.
Wow.
58-44 Vikes. I think that is their biggest lead of the night. A lot of work to do for the Tigers in the final 7-10. Great step out by Wheat. And then Tomei was cutting to the basket. It was the right idea, but it looked from this vantage point, Tony, it looked like the pass was right at his feet. And he lost it out of bounds. Another turnover on the Tigers. So Parsons in control right now, 58-44, 7 minutes to go in our game. Senior night here at Parsons High School. Justin Smith to Webb, and he can't score. They're going to say the foul was on the floor, so that'll just be the 6th team foul. And the Vikes will take it out. 3rd personal on Tomei, the 5'8 senior. Swanson to throw it in. From underneath the Viking basket. Needed some help. Lobs it in to Landon Wheat. He goes up and he scores. Looked pretty easy, Tony.
Yep. Feel like we could do that a lot.
Wheat now with 6 points. Boy, nice drive by Tomei. He's in double figures with 10. He's had a good night for the Tigers. Still a 14-point lead for the Vikes. Swanson open for 3. Short that time. Nice seal off by Fort Scott. They have the basketball. They still have plenty of time. There's a 14-foot jump shot that goes down. Knocking it down is Cossins. He now has 7 points. And a steal by Tomei. Caught the Vikes sleeping. Gets his man in the air. And 2 free throws coming for Tomei. And this is where the Vikings need to regroup, Tony, and make sure they don't lose their focus going down the stretch.
Yeah, because these 2 free throws here could cut it back to a 10-point game.
The Vikes had that 14-point lead. Tomei, he's been a little bit more active than he was up in Fort Scott. Free throw no good, however. That was just Fort Scott's second free throw of the night. Second one will roll in. 11 points for Tomei. 11-point lead for the Vikes at 60-49. 6:12 to go in our ball game. J.J. Kendrick almost got his pocket pick. Kicks it out. Wheat thought about a 3. Now he gets into the paint. Cut off. Kicks it out to Swanson. Paxton goes baseline, looking for help, and it's knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Parsons. He hasn't scored this quarter, Tony, but 21 points for Swanson after not scoring a single point in the first quarter.
That's awesome.
Smith needs help. He gets it into Swanson on the right wing. Over to Kendrick. Down low to Webb, who's had a big night for the Vikes. Get it to Kendrick in the paint. Finds Wheat. Oh, and it goes through as a count. He lost it on the way up, and it went through.
I don't know. The coach is not liking this.
I thought it could have been basket interference on Landon Wheat, but they didn't blow the whistle. And at the other end, I think a foul on Wheat, I believe, but Landon Wheat caught a break. Yeah, because he went up for a dunk, lost the ball, went ahead and grabbed the rim, and then after he grabbed the rim, the ball fell through, and I'm 99% sure, Tony, that was basket interference on Landon Wheat.
Should be. I don't know. That's weird. That can't happen that often.
No. Thomas knocks down the free throw. He'll have one more. Johnson back into the lineup for Fort Scott, replacing Peck. Here comes Jesse Jones into the lineup, replacing Justin Smith. 62-50, Vikes by 12. 5:34 to go in our basketball game. Vikes looking for their 8th win of the year. Free throw is good. Thomas now with 19 points to lead the way for the Tigers. 62-51. Swanson puts the ball on the floor. Cut off at the free throw line. Out to Brownwell in front of the Viking bench. Now Swanson wants a 3. It's off. And it's an air ball. And it'll go over to Fort Scott with 5:18 to go in our game. Fort Scott's definitely in it, but they do have work to do, down 11.
It's the same deficit there was at the end of the quarter, 11 points.
Yeah, they're going to have to start making some ground. That's not the way to do it. A steal by Webb. Goes up against Thomas, got bumped. No call, but he scores anyway. Game of his career for Cedric Webb. He has 16 points. And we have a timeout on the floor by Parsons. 64-51, Vikes by 13, 5 minutes to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
And we are back live at Parsons High School, 64-51. The Vikes lead by 13. 5:01 to go in our ball game. And Tony, Fort Scott, they have time, but we just wonder, you know, they do struggle to score points. This is a higher scoring game than we saw up in Fort Scott, but they don't get a lot of points in spurts typically. So we'll see how the rest of the game plays out. Thomas into the front court. Near steal by Wheat. Thomas gets a couple guys in the air, gives it off for a three. It's short. Rebounded by Landon Wheat. Outlet to Webb. Webb has had a lot of energy tonight. Three-pointer by Jesse Jones. No good. Webb fell down underneath the basket. Fortunately, he's okay. Up the court comes Parker Allen. Kicks it into the corner. Colin Thomas thought about a three. Now he takes a couple of dribbles. He's cut off around the free throw line. Viking defense doing a good job getting out on the jump shooters. Nice drive by Thomas, but it's no good. A great offensive rebound by Fort Scott. There's a long two. It's good. Knocking it down is Thomas, and he has 21 points. Leading scorer for the Tigers, but still an 11-point lead for the Vikes. 4:05 to go. Cedric Webb wants to penetrate. Can't score. And boy, Fort Scott got a lucky bounce. They have the basketball after that missed shot by the Vikes. So they can get it down to single digits right here. Great defense by Hunter Brownwell. And the Vikes have it. Just into the front court. Now if the Vikings maybe want to play Fort Scott, play a little bit of chase, they can. Fort Scott, they like to play zone, but they're in a position now to where they have to go to man-to-man. See if the Vikings can find some matchups to exploit. Swanson on the baseline. He's cut off. Boy, that's a tough shot. It's an air ball rebounded by Johnson. Here comes Fort Scott. Only 3:17 to go in our game. Parsons leading by 11. Cossins wants the three. It is short, and nice rebound by Brownwell. Gets it to Webb. Gets it to Jesse Jones. Penetrates, and now he dribbles out. All the way out to half court. Under 3 minutes to go. The Vikes have the ball in an 11-point lead, looking for the season sweep over the Tigers. Swanson gets around his man. Thomas is tired, and who can blame him? He's played a lot of minutes. What a drive, and I think kissing it off the glass with his left hand is the sophomore, Landon Wheat. He is in double figures with 10, and great hustle by Landon Wheat knocking it out. 13-point lead. Swanson still hustling as Wheat and Brownwell head to the bench, replaced by Mack and Kendrick. So a much smaller lineup on the floor now for the Vikes. Good look under to Johnson, and he was fouled, and he'll get a couple of free throws. He has 2 points on the night. Kendrick picked up the personal. Goldston and Lafredo will check in after this free throw. And it is off the mark, no good. Johnson will have one more. 13-point lead for the Vikes. 2.5 minutes to go in our ball game. It is senior night here at Parsons High School. Missed free throw rather, and a great rebound by Swanson. Jesse Jones has it, guarded by Goldston, gets around Goldston, and then got blocked by Johnson. And they're going to let the Vikings keep it. Alfredo, 6'3" sophomore, replacing Johnson, the 6'4" junior. Vikes closing in on their 8th win of the year and their 7th win in the SEK. Be a great way to finish up the regular season. Skip pass over to Jesse Jones, and he will dribble out of trouble, then almost lost his dribble. Gets it back. J.J. Kendrick into the paint, making Fort Scott chase and use up a lot of energy. Cedric Webb, who's had a great night for the Vikes. Down to 1:53 to go. Cedric gets around his man, over to J.J. And then J.J.'s fouled from behind, and he will have a 1-and-1 opportunity. Thomas with just his first personal. Alfredo to the bench, replaced by Cossins. 66-53, Vikes by 13, just a minute 48 to go in our game. Fort Scott had a couple of spurts, but just never have really put the Vikings in a position to get too nervous. But the free throw is missed by J.J. Kendrick, and then a foul by Swanson, and that'll put Thomas at the line for a 1-and-1. Swanson with just his first personal, but kind of harken back to that girls' game, Tony, where they had the lead and they kind of put Fort Scott on the line a few too many times.
Kind of wish it wouldn't have fouled there.
Especially when it's Colin Thomas going to the line. 3 out of 3 from the line for the 6'2 senior. Front end, he gets the roll, and he will have one more. Still a 12-point lead for the Vikes, minute 43 left in our ball game. Thomas's second free throw on the way, and it is good.
Yeah, he's a good free throw shooter. They've only shot 7 free throws, 6 for 7.
Yep, 6 for 7.
Unbelievable.
6 for 9. Johnson missed a couple.
Yep, you're right. I see those now.
Here come the Vikings. They beat the pressure. Swanson dribbles out of trouble. Just a minute 35 to go. See how much Fort Scott wants to extend this game. Brownwell at the top of the key. I think the coaches wanted Brownwell to get fouled. Jesse Jones playing keep away. Gets around Paranto, and then he's fouled, and Jesse will go to the line for a 1-and-1 with a minute 21 left. You know, Jesse hasn't looked to score as often as he does sometimes, Tony, and yet he's still sitting with 13 points.
Yeah. He's had a solid game.
Yeah, he has.
He scored every quarter. Cedric Webb scored every quarter.
Yeah. Front end goes down for Jesse. Allen and Goldston into the lineup for Fort Scott. Peck and Paranto head to the bench. Jesse with his second free throw. Got it. 15 points for the junior, and it's a 13-point lead for the Vikes. It was a good take by Fort Scott, but then they lost the ball, and it's an easy steal and a layup at the other end for Paxton Swanson. 23 points, and there's that 70 points, Tony, that we had talked about.
Yep.
And 70-55, and yeah, Fort Scott just isn't going to have enough time to come back. Vikes with a 15-point lead, less than a minute to go in the game. Tomei looked like he tried to foul Jesse. And you wonder, sometimes you wonder, why do they keep fouling? You know, typically all it does is make the final score worse at this point.
Yeah.
Peck into the lineup for Fort Scott, replacing Allen, who just committed his 5th personal. Jesse Jones looking for his 16th point. He got it to go. 71-55. Vikes by 16. Hunter Brownwell on senior night checks out for the last time. J.J. Kendrick will replace another senior, Justin Smith. Gets a nice ovation as he heads to the bench. Here comes Landon Wheat replacing. Webb doesn't want to come out. He didn't want to come out. But this is tradition. Give those seniors a chance to get some well-deserved recognition, and what a night he had. With 16 points. Swanson heads to the bench. He's had a great career for the Vikes. You know, all these guys have been to the state tournament a couple of times, Tony. They know what it's like. Jesse's second free throw is short and rebounded by the Tigers. Cal Cossins gets into the paint and scores. He just checked into the lineup for the first time. But a 14-point lead for the Vikes at 71-57, just 33 seconds to go. Jesse gets around everybody and finds a path to the basket and lays it in. Vikings still pressing in the backcourt. Goldston hesitates and gets to the rack and gets fouled with 20 seconds to go. But this win is going to belong to the Vikings. 73-57, they lead it. And it's nice to see the Vikings going over that 70-point total. Sometimes points have been hard to come by this year, but you score 73 points in a high school basketball game and you'll have a great chance to win.
Yeah. That's a normal win.
Goldston's free throw is no good. He's now 0 for 1 from the line, has 3 points on the night. Second free throw by Goldston is good. This will give him 4 points. 15-point lead for the Vikes, 73-58. Coach Houck says, hey, just dribble it out. Fort Scott looks up at the clock, and they throw in the towel. Landon Wheat with it. The Vikings are going to get a 15-point win on senior night. The girls won in our first contest, so they get the sweep over the Tigers. The Vikings win it as the buzzer sounds, 73-58. We'll take a 2-minute break. Be back with the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. You're listening to Viking basketball on V93.